How's the saying go? Oh yeah, Houston, we have a problem. So it appears Windows has crashed on my new computer, which is a real problem for me because on the hard drive on there I have all the video footage from my visit to CLAAS Western, all the video footage from playing with that little JCB, plus everything else in between as well. So basically there's 10 days worth of video footage that I haven't even got around to editing yet. I mean, once I edit stuff, it goes onto an external hard drive and it's saved. But until then, the only copy I have is on there. And of course I can't get it back off of the SD card because it's all been overwritten. So you may miss out on a whole load of stuff. Okay, got me bits of paperwork. This is not how I expected my day to go. Driving into Bristol to get this thing repaired. Bearing in mind, when did we buy the computer? September, October last year. It's not very old. It's not like it does a terrific amount of work. Well, no, I suppose it does do a couple of hours a day. But yeah, my biggest problem is not so much just the computer, because they'll repair that. It's under warranty. It's everything that's on it. Everything I've lost or potentially lost. Now, they did say that they can do data recovery, and the chances are we might recover some, hopefully all of it might be. I think they're going to charge me £90 or something for that. But it does mean that we're already 10 days behind on stuff. And we're either going to have to go back to that. So you're going to get, like, there's going to be a 10-day gap while or if they're recovering that data. And there's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I can't take it back off the SD card. It's all been overwritten. I can only hope that it's recoverable. And in the meantime, I got to work out how, if they want to keep this thing in for a week, 10 days, how am I going to upload videos? Because although I have my old computer, and I think there's two in the pot that I can upload, I can share, but that leaves us possibly Sunday and Monday or next week with nothing. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. I can't use my wife's computers because they are business alone. They don't do anything else. They go on to do business stuff. She doesn't do connection to the internet or anything like that because it's all, so I can't upload from them. So it's yeah, I might have to buy another computer. I really don't want to do that. Really don't want to do that. It's a 20-mile ride from my place to Curry's. Fortunately, it's a fairly straight road. And the only bit we have any issues ever with is this bit of smart motorway, which sometimes can't make up its mind. You know, how fast it wants you to go, or which way it wants you to go, or even if it wants you to go at all. So apparently smart motorways are safer. I'm still not convinced. Looks like the Rozzers are on it. Now, is it Rozzers or is it traffic control? Might just be traffic. Oh, there's the problem. Okay, welcome to Curry's. Right then, shall we? Oh. Yeah, tied it with a baler string. Better safe than smashed, in it. Alright, I need both hands for this, so I've got to turn you off a minute. Right, where am I? Oh, that way. That way, behind the white van there. What a very nice man. Right, okay, so news is they think they know what's wrong with my computer. It's the drive, they reckon. They're going to get someone to look at it in-house, hopefully this afternoon. And if it's a simple fix, they'll fix it, ring me, and I can come and fetch it tomorrow. If it's not a simple fix, which they're kind of thinking it's probably going to have to be sent off, it could be gone for up to 28 days. But because it's within 6 months of warranty, I should get it back in 7 days, and I can insist, apparently, if I can't have it back within 7 days, I can insist on them replacing it, which is okay. The only problem is if I replace it, I definitely lose all the data on it, which is my trip to CLAAS Western and everything that we did with that little JCB, the lot. So I've now bought myself an insurance policy, which I didn't really want to do, but I have. So I've bought a second PC. I'm now going to run 2 back to back, and I'm going to download my card on both with backups on both, that if ever this happens again, I won't be so, well, the thing is, like, the data I've lost, the video I've lost, all that lot would probably pay for half the computer, because the views I reckon we can get from those, the income from that would pay for half the second computer. So yeah, it's I don't want to spend money on it, but it's kind of, this has now become part of the farm income, and I have to protect the farm income however I can, and if that means buying a machine, a second machine, just to give me the peace of mind and the backup, that's what you got to do. Okay, that's my receipt. That's why I got a second SD card reader as well, because my SD card reader is getting on now, and there has been a couple of times in the past I've had to take the card out and put it back in again. So yeah, a new one. So the PC I've just bought is more or less the same as my existing one. The graphics card in the new one is not quite as good as the graphics card as my old one, but there are other bits and bobs. I can't remember what he said. It swings and roundabouts. Some bits of this computer are better, but the graphics card is not quite as powerful. Now the thing is, because I'm editing on Windows Movie Maker and I'm not gaming or anything like that, the graphics card isn't actually that important. Yes, I want a sensible, decent graphics card, but it's only got to be enough to do my editing. So this is more than capable. So a terabyte of storage, yeah, it's more or less the same as the other one, more or less. Dearer than the other one. The prices have definitely gone up. But you know what? It's not just the PC. I had to keyboard and mouse, screen. The only screens they've got there are really nice ones. So yeah, they're coming at me from all angles here. Right, so go home, plug all this lot in, and then ring my missus to over the phone help me set the thing up, because Mrs. P has always set up my computers. I get a computer wherever else, she goes in the office, works her magic for half an hour, and I go in there and it's all done. Because she's very good at stuff like that, whereas I'm not. I'm not saying I couldn't be. I've never done it, she's always done it. So yeah, it's gonna be a phone call to Julie when I get home. It's like, Joe, help. And then she'll go, why? I bought another computer. What are you going to do that for? Well, I can explain. Probably going to get told off. Not my day. Brand new computer. And the HDMI port doesn't work. So I can't use a screen or monitor. Sadly, I kind of need that to see what I'm doing. Right then. Back down to Cribbs Causeway. See if I can get this sorted out. Second time. Just as well we're not really busy in there. Right, if we try that again. Second time lucky. Right, well, I'm not going to be living that down in a hurry. Operator error. In my slim defence, I only saw one HDMI port on the back of the computer, and the HDMI was stamped into the shiny metal plate at the back and I could see it. There's a second HDMI port which is specifically designed for the monitor, but that's on the black bit underneath, and even with my glasses I couldn't see it. I didn't see it, and again, in my limited defence, Holly didn't see it either when she looked at it. So it turns out there's probably nothing wrong with the computer apart from the operator. So it was as blind as a bat and was sticking his plug in the wrong hole. So something I've never made a habit of. I like to plug in the right hole. Anyway, that's an hour and 40 miles wasted. Probably an hour and a half actually by the time I get back. Get it all plugged in. I'm hoping that I can get this all plugged in tonight. Basically, I've given Holly my old computer, but I've asked her not to clear it down yet because I still have access to my accounts, my YouTube and everything through that one. So I've got 2 videos in the bank ready to just make public or to schedule whatever I'm doing. And I can do that from that PC. Unfortunately, I can't do it from my iPad. iPads and YouTube don't really get on very well. I think if you've got an Android machine, that's okay. So, or especially a Google one, that's okay. But yeah, iPad and Google don't really, I don't think they like each other very much. So yeah, I have to do it through a PC. So, right, home, take it back out of the box, put it back on my desk, put it all back together again, and stick me HDMI in the right hole. Not really our day today, is it? Fridge has gone bang as well. Hey, never rains, it just chucks it down. Right, well, it's getting late now, almost 5 o'clock. It's Friday, the guys are on their way home. I just want to check out these guys. So, obviously the bales I gave yesterday were some of the big bales because they haven't really made a huge dent in that. They had that last night. I've been keeping an eye on it all day, and yeah, they've been munching on it all day, and the cat at the other end have. But whether they were packed a bit tighter or, I'm not complaining, I hope they're all like that. So tomorrow, I'm kind of open. I took the computer to the couriers and they said, look, there's a small chance that one of our in-house boffins, bigwigs, clever clogs, might be able to fix it for you. And in which case the data might be saved and everything else, and that would be best case scenario. Second best case is they'll send it off, it'll be back within 7 days and the data will be saved. Worst case, it'll be gone for 28 days and we won't have the data saved. So in which case I'll be ringing James from JCB saying, you got something else I could borrow and show the guys for a couple of days? And I'm ringing up Dave Marsh and Matthew saying, can I come back up and do that again? Because I've lost it all. I mean, I don't think they'll mind, especially if I take them another cake. That'd probably be all right. But yeah, so it's not the absolute end of the world, but it's just a shame we've lost 10 days of footage, which, like I say, hopefully we'll get back. No guarantee. Right, well, it's getting late. Sorry about today's video. Nothing to do with farming really. It's all down to doing YouTube and the pros and cons and ups and downs and everything else. We've bought ourselves a second PC. I spent far too much money. Mrs. P has already told me off for spending too much money, but the way I look at it, I'm going to run 2 PCs side by side. I'm going to back up everything and on an external hard drive as well. So hopefully this won't happen again. Right, that's you and off. Right, I'll go and feed my birds and that'll be it. Friday is done. Oh, little biscuit.